My faithful one, do you truly know who you are? Not who the world claims you are. Not the labels that others have placed on you. Not the limits your circumstances have tried to use to define you. You are a warrior. You are an overcomer. You are stronger than you have ever realized. Right now, if you receive that truth in your spirit, type Amen in the comments as a declaration that you accept the strength I have placed within you. Let it be your agreement with what I have already spoken over your life. Please understand this. Every seed you sow into this mission becomes part of fulfilling the call of Jesus to reach the nations. When you give through the link in the description or the pinned comment, by buying me a coffee, you are helping carry the message of Christ to people who may never step inside a church. This is not about supporting a platform. This is about lifting up the name of Jesus and reaching hearts that are searching in silence. In the Gospel of Matthew 28:19, Jesus commands us to go and make disciples. When you give, you help that command continue. Your generosity becomes hope to someone battling despair. It becomes truth to someone surrounded by confusion. It becomes light in very real darkness. Give, and it will be given to you. In Gospel of Luke 6:38 is not pressure, it is promise. When you release what's in your hand, God moves in ways you cannot see. If this message has touched you, respond in faith. Buy a coffee. Sow a seed. Be part of what God is doing in this hour. I made you strong, not in the way the world defines strength, not in the way your own mind measures it. I made you strong in ways you cannot yet see, in ways you cannot yet feel, in ways that will only become clear when you look back and recognize the magnitude of what I have built inside you. And now, I want you to understand the depth of what I have been doing in the hidden places of your soul. I made you strong, not in the way the world defines strength, not in the way your own mind measures it. I made you strong in ways you cannot yet see, in ways you cannot yet feel, in ways that will only become evident when you look back and realize that you survived things that should have destroyed you. The battles you faced were never meant to break you. They were meant to shape you. Every single struggle, every sleepless night, every tear that fell when no one was watching, every silent cry of your heart when words failed you, all of it was part of my refining process. I was not absent during those difficult seasons. I was working. I was building. I was strengthening the very foundation of who you are. You have questioned my presence many times. You have wondered if I was truly there when everything seemed to fall apart around you. You have asked yourself why a loving God would allow such pain, such confusion, such heartbreak. But I want you to understand something deep, something that will shift your entire perspective. I never promised you a life without storms. I promised you my presence in the middle of them. I never said the road would be easy. I said I would walk it with you. And I have, every single step. Even when you could not feel me, even when you could not hear me, even when doubt whispered that I had abandoned you, I was there, closer than your own breath, more faithful than the sunrise. The strength I placed in you is not your own doing. You did not create it through willpower. You did not form it through positive thinking. It was planted by my own hand deep in the soil of your spirit, and it has been growing even when you believed nothing good could grow in such dry ground. This is the mystery of my work in your life. I specialize in turning deserts into gardens. I specialize in bringing life where death seemed certain. I specialize in raising up warriors from those who once felt like victims. And that is exactly what I have done with you. Let me take you back to those moments when you felt your weakest. Do you remember them? Do you remember when the weight of your circumstances pressed so heavily on your chest that you wondered if you would survive another day? Do you remember when the voices of fear and anxiety screamed so loudly that you could barely hear your own thoughts? Do you remember when betrayal cut so deeply that you questioned whether you could ever trust again? I was there in every single one of those moments. I was there not as a distant observer, not as an uncaring deity watching from afar. I was there as your father, your protector, your healer, your strength. I was holding you even when you did not know you were being held. The enemy wanted those seasons to destroy you. He had a plan for your downfall. He studied your weaknesses and launched his attacks with precision. He knew exactly which buttons to press, which wounds to reopen, which lies to whisper in your most vulnerable moments. But here is what he did not consider. He did not consider my protection over your life. He did not consider the angels I assigned to guard you. He did not consider my covenant faithfulness that cannot be broken by any force in heaven or on earth. Every arrow he shot at you passed through my hands first, and I filtered what reached you. I allowed only what would make you stronger. I blocked everything that would have been too much for you to carry. This is why you are still standing, not because you are superhuman, not because you have some special ability that others do not have. You are still standing because I held you up when your knees gave way. I breathed life into you when you felt like quitting. I whispered hope into your heart when despair tried to settle there. I fought battles on your behalf that you never even knew were taking place. The spiritual warfare that surrounded you was intense, but my army is greater. My power is unmatched. My love for you is the most powerful force in all of existence, and I released all of it on your behalf. I want to talk to you about faith, not the kind of faith that the religious world often presents, not complicated theological ideas that leave you feeling inadequate. I want to talk about simple faith, pure faith, the kind of faith that moves mountains not because of its size, but because of its sincerity. I told my disciples that if they had faith as small as a mustard seed, they could speak to mountains, and those mountains would move. This was not an exaggeration. This was not a metaphor meant to be ignored. This is spiritual reality. And I want you to understand what I meant. A mustard seed is tiny, so small that you could hold dozens in the palm of your hand without even noticing their weight. So small that a light breeze could carry them away. So small that the world would call them insignificant. But within that tiny seed is everything needed to grow into a massive tree. Within that small shell is the blueprint for something that can grow larger than all the other plants in the garden. This is how I designed faith to work. It is not about quantity. It is about quality. It is not about how much faith you can produce. It is about whether the faith you have is real. One genuine moment of trust in me carries more power than a lifetime of religious performance. You have been measuring your faith the wrong way. You have looked at others who seem to have unshakable confidence and wondered why your faith feels so small. You have compared yourself to those who speak boldly and declare great things and felt inadequate, because your prayers sometimes come out as whispers of desperation rather than loud declarations of victory. But I want to tell you something that will set you free. I am not looking for perfect faith. I am looking for honest faith. I am not searching for people who never doubt. I am drawn to those who bring their doubts to me instead of running from me. I am not impressed by dramatic displays of spiritual performance. I am moved by the quiet cry of a heart that simply says, I believe. Help my unbelief. Your faith has been tested in fire. Every challenge you faced was an opportunity for your faith to either grow or shrink. And here is what I saw. Even in your weakest moments, even when fear felt stronger than your confidence in me, there was a small seed of faith that refused to die. It may have been buried under layers of doubt. It may have been overshadowed by circumstances that seemed impossible, but it was there, and that tiny seed was enough. That small flicker of faith was enough for me to work with, because I do not need your faith to be flawless. I just need it to be present. I watched you in those dark seasons when giving up seemed like the only option. I saw the internal battle you fought every single day. Part of you wanted to surrender to despair. Part of you wanted to walk away from everything, including me. But there was another part of you, perhaps just a faint whisper deep in your soul that held on. That part of you refused to completely release hope. That part of you kept praying even when the prayers felt like they were hitting the ceiling. That part of you kept getting up each morning even when you had no idea how you would make it through the day. That was your mustard seed. That tiny determination to keep going was all I needed. Please understand this. Every seed you sow into this mission becomes part of fulfilling the call of Jesus to reach the nations. When you give through the link in the description or the pinned comment, by buying me a coffee, you are helping carry the message of Christ to people who may never step inside a church. This is not about supporting a platform. This is about lifting up the name of Jesus and reaching hearts that are searching in silence. In the Gospel of Matthew 28:19, Jesus commands us to go and make disciples. When you give, you help that command continue. If you believe those plans are unfolding in your life, subscribe now and turn on notifications as a declaration that you are stepping into divine alignment. This is not just following a channel. It is choosing to stay connected to the prophetic flow that strengthens your faith and sharpens your discernment. Your generosity becomes hope to someone battling despair. It becomes truth to someone surrounded by confusion. It becomes light in very real darkness. Give, and it will be given to you. In Gospel of Luke 6:38 is not pressure, it is promise. When you release what's in your hand, God moves in ways you cannot see. If this message has touched you, respond in faith. Buy a coffee. Sow a seed. Be part of what God is doing in this hour. And I took that small seed of faith, and I began to grow it. Not through easy circumstances. Faith does not grow strong in comfort. Faith grows strong in the furnace. Faith develops strength when it is forced to carry heavy weight. Your struggles were not punishments. They were training. Every time you faced something that seemed impossible and somehow made it through, your faith expanded. Every time you prayed for something and watched me provide in unexpected ways, your faith deepened. Every time you chose to trust me, even though your circumstances shouted that trusting was foolish, your faith became more resilient. The strength you now have is directly connected to the faith you have exercised. They are not separate. When you trust me in difficulty, strength is born. When you lean on my promises instead of your own understanding, strength fills your being. When you refuse to give up, even though everything in you wants to quit, strength becomes your companion. I have been building both your faith and your strength at the same time, because they are two sides of the same reality. A person with great faith is a person with great strength, and you have become stronger than you realize. Let me tell you about my protection over your life. You have no idea how many disasters I have redirected away from you. You have no understanding of how many accidents were prevented, how many plots were stopped, how many attacks were intercepted before they could reach you. The enemy is relentless. He does not rest. He does not take breaks. He constantly looks for ways to destroy what I am building in you. But he is fighting a battle he cannot win, because I am more relentless in protecting you than he is in attacking you. I am more committed to your safety than he is to your destruction. And my power is infinitely greater than anything he can gather. There have been moments when you sensed danger, but could not explain it. Moments when something urged you to take a different route, to avoid a certain place, to distance yourself from a specific person. That was my voice. That was my protection. I speak to you in ways that go beyond your logical thinking and reach directly into your spirit. I guide you through impressions, through inner nudges, through that quiet knowing that something is right or wrong, even when you cannot explain why. And when you listen to those promptings, you are cooperating with my protective hand over your life. But even when you did not listen, even when you walked into situations I warned you about, I did not abandon you. My protection is not dependent on your perfect obedience. If it were, no one would survive. My protection flows from my love, and my love is unconditional. So even in the middle of your mistakes, even in the consequences of wrong choices, I was there working within the chaos to bring something good out of it, using even your failures as fertilizer for growth, turning the ashes of regret into something beautiful. Your family is under my protection as well. If you believe that covering is over your home, type Amen below as a declaration of protection over your family. Speak it boldly and stand in that promise. This message doesn't stop with you. There are others waiting to hear the same truth that strengthened you. If this word is strengthening you, share this message with someone right now. When you release what I have given you, the anointing multiplies. Your obedience could be the breakthrough someone in your life has been praying for. In Gospel of Matthew 9:37, Jesus said the harvest is plentiful. When you support this mission through Buy Me a Coffee, you step into that harvest. Your gift fuels the spread of truth. It strengthens believers. It reaches those who are quietly crying out for hope. When Jesus said, "Give and it will be given to you," in Gospel of Luke 6:38, he revealed a kingdom exchange. What leaves your hand enters God's purpose, and what enters God's purpose multiplies. By buying a coffee, you are sowing into salvation, restoration, and renewed faith. This is your moment. Step forward in faith. Sow into what God is building, and trust Him to breathe increase over what you release. Every person connected to you, Everyone you love, everyone who carries your blood or your heart is covered by my covenant with you. When you pray for them, I hear you. When you cry out for their safety, I respond. When you intercede for their salvation, I move in ways you cannot see. The spiritual atmosphere around your home is different because of your prayers. The angels assigned to your family have been strengthened because of your faith. You may not yet see changes in the physical realm, but shifts are happening in the spiritual realm that will eventually appear in ways that will surprise you. I know you have worried about your loved ones. I know sleepless hours have been spent wondering if they will be all right. I know the weight of caring for others has sometimes felt heavier than you could bear, but I want to lift that weight from you right now. Not because you should stop caring, but because the burden was never meant to be carried by you alone. I am the one who carries. I am the one who holds the weight of all things. When you try to carry what only I can carry, you exhaust yourself unnecessarily. Your role is to pray. Your role is to love. Your role is to be present. The heavy lifting belongs to me. I want to speak to the specific battles you have faced. I know about the financial pressures that kept you awake at night. I know about the moments when you looked at your accounts and wondered how you would make it through the week. I know about the bills that stacked up while resources seemed to shrink. I saw every moment of that struggle, and even when it seemed like I was silent, I was working behind the scenes. Opportunities were being arranged, doors were being prepared, provision was being positioned. My timing is not always what you would choose, but my timing is always perfect. I know about the relational wounds that cut deeply into your heart, the betrayals from people you trusted, the abandonment from those who should have stayed, the words spoken that cannot be taken back, the damage caused by those who claimed to love you, but whose actions told another story. I felt every part of that pain with you. When your heart broke, something in the heavenlies responded to your grief. I am not a distant God who does not understand human pain. I became human. I walked among you. I experienced betrayal myself. I know what it feels like to be let down by those closest to you. And I want to bring healing to every wound that remains. The healing I offer is not surface level. It is not a temporary covering placed over a wound that continues to fester underneath. My healing goes to the root. It reaches into the deepest places where pain has settled and releases it from your being. This process takes time. It requires your participation. It requires honesty about what truly happened and how it truly affected you. But I am patient. I will not rush your healing. I will not demand that you get over it before you are ready. I will walk with you through the healing process, step by step, layer by layer, until wholeness becomes your new reality. I know about the health concerns that have troubled your mind, the symptoms that worried you, the diagnoses that were spoken over your body, the fear that entered when you thought about the future of your physical life. I created that body. I know every cell. I know every system. I know how it all works together. And my power to heal has not lessened since the days when I walked the earth and made the blind see, the deaf hear, and the lame walk. That same power is available to you. I am not limited by what doctors say is possible. I am not bound by statistics or predictions. My ability to restore goes beyond human understanding. This does not mean I will always heal in the way you expect or in the timing you prefer. My ways are higher than your ways. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. Sometimes healing happens instantly. Sometimes it unfolds gradually. Sometimes it comes through medical intervention that I guide and direct. And sometimes the ultimate healing is the moment you step out of your temporary body and into my presence forever, where there is no more pain, no more sickness, no more suffering. In every case, I am still the healer. Trust me with your health. Trust me with your body. Trust me with your life. I want to speak about the mental battles you have faced, the anxiety that tried to choke your peace, the depression that tried to drain your hope, the thoughts that flooded your mind with lies about your worth, your future, your identity. These battles are real. I do not minimize them. I do not dismiss them as weakness or lack of faith. The battlefield of the mind is one of the most intense arenas of spiritual warfare, and you have been a warrior in that arena whether you realized it or not. Every time you rejected a lie about yourself, you won a battle. Every time you chose to believe my truth instead of the enemy's deception, you gained ground. Every time you refused to sink into despair, even when it seemed inviting, you demonstrated courage that heaven applauded. The fight for your mind continues. It does not end with one victory, but you are equipped for this fight. I have given you weapons that are not physical. They are spiritual, and spiritual weapons are infinitely more powerful than anything the enemy has. My word is your sword. When lies come, you answer them with truth. When fear speaks, you respond with my promises. When doubt whispers, you declare what I have said about you. This is not positive thinking. This is spiritual warfare. You are not simply trying to feel better. You are actively engaging in a battle that has eternal meaning. And you are winning, even when it does not feel like it. Even when the battles seem endless, even when you are tired beyond words, you are winning because you are mine, and those who belong to me cannot ultimately be defeated. I want to remind you who you are, not who the world says you are, not who your past says you are, not who your failures say you are. I want to remind you who I say you are, because my voice is the one that matters most. When I look at you, I do not see your mistakes. I see my child. I do not see your weaknesses. I see my masterpiece. I do not see your sins. I see the blood of my Son that has washed you clean. You are righteous in my sight, not because of what you have done, but because of what Christ has done for you. You were chosen before the foundation of the world. I knew you. I selected you. I called you by name and marked you as my own. This choosing was not based on your performance. It was not earned by good behavior. It was a gift of pure grace. You did not audition to become my beloved. Love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love you. My love is not a reaction to your actions. It is a choice I make to love. Love is not a reaction to your actions. It is an expression of my nature. I love because that is who I am, and you are the object of that eternal, unchanging, unstoppable love. You are empowered. I did not leave you to navigate this life alone. I placed my spirit within you. The same spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives inside you. The same power that spoke the universe into existence dwells within your being. You are not weak even when you feel weak. You are not powerless even when circumstances feel overwhelming. You carry within you a deposit of divine strength that can accomplish more than you could ever ask or imagine. My power is made perfect in your weakness. When you are at your lowest, my strength shines most clearly through you. You are purposeful. Your life is not an accident. Your existence is not meaningless. Every detail of who you are was carefully designed with intention. Your personality, your gifts, your passions, your experiences, all of it has been woven together to prepare you for a specific assignment that only you can fulfill. There are people you will reach that no one else can reach. There are words you will speak that no one else can speak. There are acts of love you will carry out that no one else can carry out. You are not interchangeable. You are irreplaceable. And the world needs exactly what you bring to it. I know you have questioned your purpose. I know you have wondered if your life truly makes a difference. I know you have compared yourself to others who seem to have clearer direction or greater impact. But comparison steals joy. It distracts you from your own path. Stop looking at the journeys of others and trust me with yours. I am leading you somewhere specific. Every twist and turn has meaning. Every delay has purpose. Every detour is direction in disguise. Just because your path does not look like someone else's does not mean you are lost. It means you have your own road to travel. Let me speak to you about trust. This is the foundation of everything between us. Without trust, faith cannot operate. Without trust, my promises remain ideas instead of experiences. Without trust, you will live in anxiety even though I have offered you peace. Trust is the bridge between what I have spoken and what you experience, and I am inviting you to deepen your trust in me. Trusting me does not mean you will understand everything. In fact, if you understood everything, trust would not be necessary. Trust lives in the unknown. It grows in uncertainty. It flourishes when you cannot see the outcome, but still believe in my character. I am asking you to trust me with things that do not make sense to your natural mind. I am asking you to trust me with situations that appear hopeless by human logic. I am asking you to trust me with your life, knowing that I hold all things in my capable hands. When a child holds a parent's hand while crossing a busy street, they do not understand the dangers around them. They do not analyze traffic patterns. They do not calculate risks. They simply trust that the hand holding theirs is strong enough to keep them safe. This is the kind of trust I desire from you. Simple, pure, childlike, not based on understanding everything, but based on knowing that I am good and that I love you beyond measure. Your trust will be tested. It already has been. Every difficult circumstance is an opportunity to either strengthen your trust or let it weaken. When things do not unfold as you hoped, you have a choice. You can decide that I have failed you, that I am not who I said I am, that trusting me was a mistake, or you can cling to my character even when circumstances seem to contradict it. The second choice is the path of faith. It is the road that leads to seeing my glory revealed in impossible situations. I have never failed anyone who truly trusted me. Not once in all of history has someone placed genuine trust in me and been ultimately disappointed. I may not have done what they expected. I may not have followed their timeline, but in the end, those who trusted me discovered that I was faithful. They realized my plan was better than theirs. They understood that what I withheld was less important than what I provided. Trust me with your story. The ending will be good because I am good. Let me take you deeper into understanding the strength I have placed inside you. This strength is not arrogance. It is not independence from me. It is not self-sufficiency. True strength, the kind I cultivate, is complete dependence on me combined with confident action. You are strong not because you no longer need me. You are strong because you have learned that with me, nothing is impossible. Your strength comes from connection to me, not separation from me. Think of a branch connected to a vine. The branch cannot produce fruit on its own. It cannot create life through effort alone. But when it remains connected to the vine, when the life of the vine flows through it, fruit grows naturally. The branch is not weak because it depends on the vine. It is fruitful because of its dependence. This is how your strength works. The more connected you are to me, the stronger you become. The more you remain in my presence, the more powerful you are. Your dependence is not weakness. It is the source of your strength. I have watched you grow in this understanding. I have seen you move from trying to handle everything alone to discovering the beauty of surrender. I have observed the shift from striving to resting. This change was not easy. Your culture praises self-reliance. Your world applauds those who claim to need no one. But my kingdom operates differently. In my kingdom, the humble are lifted up. The weak are made strong. Those who admit their need for me are filled beyond measure. The strength I give is not only for you. It is meant to overflow into the lives of others. You have been strengthened so that you can strengthen others. You have been comforted so that you can comfort others. You have received grace so that you can extend grace. Nothing you have walked through has been wasted. Every piece of strength you gained through struggle becomes a resource you can share with someone else who is still in the middle of their battle. There are people watching your life right now who need to see how you respond to difficulty. They need to see someone who trusts me when life is hard. They need to see faith in action, not just words about faith. Your life is a testimony being written in real time, and often the chapters that include struggle are the most powerful ones. When others see you standing strong during storms, they begin to believe that they can stand strong too. Your strength becomes contagious. I want to free you from the pressure of always appearing strong. True strength includes honesty about weakness. There is power in vulnerability. When you share your struggles, you give others permission to share theirs. When you admit you do not have all the answers, you create space for genuine connection. Pretending everything is fine isolates you. Living authentically connects you. My son showed you this. He was the strongest person who ever lived, yet he wept with compassion. He had all authority, yet he knelt to wash the feet of his friends. He could have called down armies of angels, yet he allowed himself to be arrested and crucified. His strength was revealed not in control, but in sacrificial love. This is the strength I am developing in you. Strength that serves, strength that loves, strength that lays down its life for others. I want to address the fears that have tried to settle in your heart. Fear is one of the enemy's most effective tools. It paralyzes. It limits. It convinces you to stay small when I am calling you to grow. Fear lies about the future. It exaggerates problems and minimizes solutions. It tells you the worst-case scenario is unavoidable. But fear is a liar, and my perfect love drives out fear. The fears you have experienced feel real because your emotions were real. The anxiety was real. The worry was real. But the predictions fear gave you were mostly false. How many times did fear warn you of disaster that never happened? How many nights did you lose sleep over outcomes that never came to pass? How much energy was spent on scenarios that existed only in your imagination? Fear is a poor prophet. Its forecasts are rarely accurate. I am not asking you to ignore real dangers. I am not telling you to be careless about genuine risks. I am asking you to filter every fear through the truth of my sovereignty. Yes, difficult things can happen, but nothing happens outside my knowledge and permission. And when something does happen, I will be present to bring good out of it. My presence may not remove every challenge from your life, but it removes the need to live in fear. You can face anything when you know I am with you. The strength I placed in you includes the strength to overcome fear. You do not have to be controlled by anxiety. You do not have to make decisions based on what might go wrong. You do not have to live a small life because you are afraid of failure. I have given you a spirit not of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. That spirit lives inside you. As you learn to live from that spirit, rather than from old patterns of fear, you will experience freedom like never before. I want to take you through some of my promises. These are not empty words. They are commitments backed by my unchanging character. When I make a promise, all of who I am stands behind it. I cannot lie. It is impossible for me to deceive. So when I speak, you can build your life on it. I have promised that I will never leave you, nor forsake you. That means exactly what it says. You turn away, I remain. I pursue. I call you, turn away, I remain. I pursue. I call. I wait with open arms. You cannot exhaust my patience. You cannot cancel my commitment. You are mine. I have promised that all things work together for good for those who love me and are called according to my purpose. Notice I did not say all things are good. Some things are painful. Some things are tragic. Some things should never have happened. But I am so powerful that I can take even the worst events and weave them into a beautiful outcome. The individual threads may look dark, but the final design is glorious. You are still in the middle of the weaving. Trust me with the threads you do not understand. I have promised to supply all your needs according to my riches and glory, not according to your salary, not according to the economy, not according to your job, according to my riches. And my riches are endless. I own everything. Every resource belongs to me. This does not mean you will receive every desire. Needs and wants are not the same, but you will have everything you truly need. And often, you will have more than that. I have promised to give you peace that goes beyond understanding. This peace does not depend on perfect circumstances. It does not wait until everything is fixed. It is supernatural peace that guards your heart and mind even when chaos surrounds you. It does not make logical sense. How can someone have peace when their world feels unstable? The answer is found in me. When you are rooted in my presence and confident in my sovereignty, peace becomes possible even in impossible situations. I have promised that no weapon formed against you will prosper. This does not mean weapons will not be formed. They are formed often. The enemy is creative, but the promise is that they will not succeed. They may cause temporary discomfort, but they will not bring permanent defeat. What was intended to destroy you will become part of your testimony. These promises are yours not because you earned them, but because you belong to me. Hold on to them when circumstances try to contradict them. Speak them when fear tries to silence you. Write them on your heart and return to them again and again. My word is an anchor for your soul. It will hold you steady when everything else shakes. Let me tell you again that the battles you have faced were not random. Each one shaped you. Each one added something to who you are becoming. I know that at the time they felt meaningless. They felt cruel. They felt like evidence that I had forgotten you. But that was never true. I was forming you. I was preparing you for things greater than you could see. The struggle with finances taught you that I am your provider. Before lack touched your life, you may have known this in theory. But when you watched me provide in ways you did not expect, that knowledge became real. You will never fear poverty in the same way again, because you have seen my faithfulness. The pain in relationships taught you discernment. You learned to recognize who belongs in your inner circle and who does not. Though the lessons were painful, they gave you wisdom that will protect you for the rest of your life. The health battles taught you to value your body as a gift. You gained appreciation for breath, movement, life itself. Even if full restoration is still unfolding, perspective has changed. The mental struggles taught you to guard your thoughts. You learned that thoughts shape beliefs, beliefs shape actions, and actions shape destiny. This awareness is strength. The identity battles taught you to root your worth in me instead of in approval from others. You discovered that achievement, appearance, and productivity are unstable foundations. But my love is solid ground. The doubts you faced taught you to bring honest questions to me rather than hide them. Doubt that drives you toward me strengthens faith. You learned this through experience. Not one tear was wasted. Not one sleepless night was meaningless. I collected everyone and used them to build your character. You are not the same person you once were. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are more compassionate. You are more dependent on me. You are more prepared for what is ahead. And what is ahead is good. I want to speak to you about the season that is coming. I know you wonder about the future. I know uncertainty has stirred anxiety in your heart. But the same God who carried you through what is behind you will walk with you into what is ahead. I do not change. My faithfulness does not have seasons. My love does not fade. Whatever comes, I will be there. The coming season will require the strength I have built in you. It will not be without challenge. I will not promise that everything will be easy. Following me has never meant comfort. It means purpose, and purpose often includes obstacles. But the obstacles ahead are not meant to crush you. They are meant to display my glory through you. You are being prepared for influence, not shallow influence, not popularity, not fame. Real influence that changes lives, influence that shifts generations, influence that brings light into darkness. This influence will not be forced. It will flow from who you are becoming as you walk with me. There are assignments ahead that you cannot yet see. There are divine appointments already scheduled. There are encounters that will seem ordinary but are divinely arranged. People who need exactly what you carry will cross your path. Some will be strangers. Some will be familiar faces. Be ready. Be willing. Say yes even when it is inconvenient. The strength I have given you is not only for survival. It is for growth. It is for advancement. It is for reclaiming territory that has been under the enemy's control. Too often my children settle for barely making it through. But I came that you might have life in abundance. Abundance is not mere survival. It is overflow. It is impact. It is leaving a mark on the world around you. You are not fighting against people. Your battle is not against flesh and blood. But there are spiritual strongholds in families, communities, and cultures that I am calling you to help dismantle through prayer, obedience, faith-filled action, and persistent light. Some of you are called to intercession. You feel burdens deeply. You wake at night with names on your heart. This is not random. It is a sacred calling. When you pray, you stand between heaven and earth. Do not minimize this role. It is powerful. Some of you are called to teach. You can take deep truths and make them simple. This gift brings clarity where there is confusion. Use it. Some of you are called to serve with compassion. Your heart breaks for those in need. That compassion reflects mine. Some of you are called to create art, music, writing, innovation. That creativity comes from me. Do not silence it. Some of you are called to lead. Lead with humility. Lead with service. Lead with love. Some of you are called to the marketplace. Your workplace is your mission field. Be light there. Some of you are called to focus on family. Raising children who know me is sacred work. Whatever your calling, you are equipped. If you feel inadequate, that is good. It means you will depend on me. Let me speak about waiting. I know it is difficult. I know some of you have been waiting for what feels like forever. Waiting for breakthrough. Waiting for healing. Waiting for restoration. Waiting for promises to be fulfilled. Waiting can feel exhausting. You have questioned whether you heard me correctly. You have wondered if the promise was imagined. You have been tempted to give up and conclude that what you hoped for will never arrive. But waiting is not wasted time. In my kingdom, waiting is active. While you wait, things are happening that you cannot see. Seeds are breaking open beneath the soil. Foundations are being laid in unseen places. Your character is being shaped in ways only time can accomplish. If I gave you everything the moment you desired it, you would not be ready to carry it well. Premature blessing can become a burden. So I allow waiting not because I am cruel, but because I am wise. Think of a child growing in the womb. From the moment of conception, everything needed for life is present. The design is complete. The potential is there. But months of waiting are required before birth. Rushing the process brings harm. The waiting is not separate from the development. It is part of it. In the same way, my promises are conceived in a moment, but delivered in the right season. The tension you feel while waiting is proof that hope is alive. If you had truly given up, you would not feel the ache. The ache means something is still growing. Living hope creates anticipation. Dormant hope would be silent. So even your frustration with waiting is evidence that the promise is not dead. I want to free you from anxious waiting while not removing the waiting itself. There is a peaceful way to wait. It involves trust. It involves focusing on me more than on what you are waiting for. It involves gratitude for what I have already done. It involves engaging fully in the present season, instead of longing only for the next one. This kind of waiting strengthens your soul. Some of what you are waiting for will come soon. I want you to prepare your heart. Doors that have been closed will open. Relationships that seemed finished will receive new life. Health that has declined will begin to improve. Finances that felt stuck will shift. Get ready in faith, not in your own strength, but in confident expectation that I keep my word. Other things will require longer waiting. I will not promise that every desire will be fulfilled immediately. Some prayers will unfold in ways you do not expect. Some answers will only be understood in eternity. I am not obligated to meet every timeline you create. I am committed to being faithful to who I am. Trust me in the waiting. That is all I ask. Let me speak to you about rest. I see your exhaustion. The pace of life around you is overwhelming. You are constantly connected, constantly working, constantly responding. Even leisure often becomes consumption rather than restoration. Your mind rarely quiets. Your spirit rarely experiences deep rest. Rest is not laziness. Rest is not unproductive. Rest is an act of faith. When you rest, you acknowledge that the world does not depend on your constant effort. You admit that I am God and you are not. I modeled rest in creation, not because I was tired, but to show you a pattern. Rest is a gift. It is an invitation to step away and remember who truly carries the world. The rest I offer goes deeper than sleep. It is soul rest. It is freedom from striving to earn what is already given. It is release from the pressure to prove yourself. When you understand that my love is not tied to your productivity, something inside you relaxes. You can exhale. Come to me when you are weary and burdened. I will give you rest. But you must come. You must choose to pause. You must step away from noise and enter my presence. Rest is a decision, and it is one I want you to make more often. You have limits. That is not a flaw. It is by design. Your limitations are meant to draw you toward my unlimited strength. When you reach the edge of your energy, it is not failure. It is an invitation. Cast your cares on me, not once, but continually. Each time anxiety rises, release it. Each time worry builds, hand it over. You were never meant to carry everything alone. Let me speak about your past. I know there are memories that still sting, regrets that resurface, words you wish you could take back, decisions you wish you could undo. The past can feel heavy, but I do not erase the past. I redeem it. I transform it from a source of shame into a source of testimony. My forgiveness covers everything. There is no failure too large. When I forgive, it is complete. I do not hold it against you. I do not revisit it. I remove it fully. Receive that freedom. Stop punishing yourself for what I have already forgiven, and extend forgiveness to others. I know some wounds run deep. Forgiveness does not mean what happened was acceptable. It means you release the demand for repayment. You hand the case to me, and you walk free. Let me speak about your future. It may look uncertain to you, but it is not uncertain to me. I see the end from the beginning. I am already present in your tomorrow. I am preparing the way. My plans for you are good. They were formed before you were born. They are not destroyed by your mistakes. Nothing surprises me. I can work even your errors into my greater design. Do not let fear of what might happen steal the peace of today. Trust me, one day at a time. Each morning carries new mercy, fresh grace for that day. Let me speak about gratitude. Gratitude shifts perspective. It turns your attention from what is missing to what is present. There is always something to thank me for. Even in dark seasons, there are signs of goodness, the breath in your lungs, the strength to continue, the fact that you are still here. Gratitude is powerful. It strengthens faith. I am grateful for you. You are not just a task to complete. You are someone I delight in. You bring me joy simply by being my child. Let me speak about love. My love for you is not fragile. It does not fade with disappointment. It does not weaken with time. It is constant. When you truly grasp this, fear loosens its grip. Performance pressure falls away. You stop striving to earn what has already been given. Let my love flow through you to others. Love patiently. Love kindly. Love without keeping score. Love without pride. Love that protects. Love that hopes. Love that perseveres. This is the love I have for you, and it is the love I am shaping within you. Let me speak about hope again. Hope anchored in me does not disappoint. It is oxygen for your soul. It keeps you moving forward when logic says stop. It keeps you praying when circumstances seem silent. I want you filled with hope that overflows. Let me speak about joy. Joy is deeper than happiness. It is rooted in relationship with me. It coexists with sorrow. It stands firm in storms. I want you to experience fullness of joy in my presence. Let me speak about peace. My peace is not the absence of trouble. It is the presence of me. It guards your heart and mind. Receive it now. Let me speak about patience. I have been patient with you. Develop patience with others. Growth takes time. Let me speak about kindness. Kindness reflects my heart. It can change lives. Let me speak about goodness. I am good. Always. Trust that goodness. Let me speak about faithfulness. I keep my promises. Remain faithful in small things. Let me speak about gentleness. Strength under control. Respond with grace. Let me speak about self-control. It is freedom, not restriction. Practice it daily. Let me speak about perseverance. I'll finish the race. I run with you. Let me speak about surrender. Release control. Trust my will. Let me speak about worship. Live in alignment with who I am. Let me speak about intimacy. I want relationship with you. Let me speak about my voice. I still speak. Learn to listen. Let me speak about transformation. I am renewing you from within. Let me speak about your mind. Guard it carefully. Let me speak about your words. Speak life. Let me speak about obedience. It flows from love. Let me speak about your calling. You were created for purpose. Now let me speak about faith in action. Step forward. Let me speak about finishing well. Stay vigilant. Now hear this clearly. You are loved. You are chosen. You are protected. You are strengthened. You are not alone. I am with you. I am for you. I am working in you. I bless your mind with clarity. I bless your heart with peace. I bless your body with strength. I bless your family with protection. I bless your future with hope. Walk forward in confidence. Remember who you are. Remember whose you are. Remember what I have done in you. The work I began in you, I will complete. Go in the strength I have given you. Face what must be faced. Do what must be done. Trust what must be trusted. And know that every step you take, I am there. Closer than close. More faithful than faithful. Loving you with everlasting love. This is my word to you. Receive it, believe it, live it. Before you leave, take a simple step of agreement. Click like on this video as a prophetic act of faith. As you do, declare that you are aligning yourself with the flow of my favor. Let that action be your sign that you receive what has been spoken. When you move in agreement, you position yourself for increase. Do not just hear the word, activate it. Amen. If this message has touched your heart, share it with someone who needs these words. Type Amen in the comments to receive this blessing. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss a message from God. Like this video to help others find it. And always remember, you are loved more than you can imagine. Before you read the last lines of this message, take a moment to think about something important. You are here on purpose. You were led to this point. This isn't a coincidence. Archangel Michael is phoning you personally. He is promising to protect you and welcome you into a holy, higher place where you don't have to chase for abundance. It just happens. This invitation has one holy truth at its heart that is simple, but can change your life. When you connect with it, blessings don't just come. They grow, proliferate, and affect every part of your life. You can get strong spiritual teachings and higher direction that most people will never get by deciding to step forward now. You are entering a safe space where you can see things clearly, get support, and get closer to your soul's purpose faster. Don't overlook this tipping point. These kinds of moments don't happen very often, yet they can change things. Your next big idea is already in the works. Use the exclusive link to join Archangel Michael's inner circle and make sure you keep getting the direct messages that are meant to help you on your journey. The link is in both the description and the pinned remark if you want to delve deeper. There is also a guided ebook available for people who want to help our work grow and continue. It is completely optional. People already regard your attentiveness, presence, and energy very highly. Go ahead and take the next step. The way is clear, and much is waiting for you.